So, since 1999, the number of people who have died from prescription drug overdose has quadrupled. In fact, the most fatally abused drug today are legal opioid prescription painkillers. Now, National Safety Council President Deborah Hersman joins us with more on the growing painkiller addiction problem and what states can do to combat it. Thank you so much for being here, Deborah. We appreciate it. Let's get right down to it. How big of a problem is prescription painkillers in our nations, and particularly in the state of Nevada?
You know, this is a huge problem across the nation. For the first time since World War II, motor vehicle crashes have been knocked off the top of the list as far as unintended deaths in the United States. Poisoning has overtaken the top spot, and prescription painkillers lead the way when it comes to those poisoning or overdose deaths. In the state of Nevada, we saw 315 fatalities in 2013. And so this is a big, and all of these deaths are preventable.
Yeah. What exactly are opiates, Deborah?
So, you know, I think a lot of people are familiar with the word opiate, but opioid painkillers, many people aren't aware of what they are. We did a survey recently, 29% of people knew they were taking opioids, but when we actually shared the brand names, Vicodin, Percocet, OxyContin, hydrocodone, that number shot up by about 15%. So they recognize the brand name, but they don't realize that the opioid, and at its base, the chemical composition is very similar, the same as heroin.
Wow. Okay. And so this is this like the gateway drug to heroin? Is that what we're saying?
Sadly, we know that 4 out of 5 people who are addicted to heroin got their start with prescription painkillers because the chemicals are so similar as far as the composition of the drugs. And unfortunately, when people get cut off from their supplies with respect to prescription painkillers, either because their doctors will no longer prescribe them to them, or they can't get them from family and friends, which is where 70% of people who are addicted get them, they might turn to heroin because in some respects it's actually easier to get on the street and cheaper. And so heroin actually has a lower street value than a prescription painkiller.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, have times changed. Okay, so what is the National Safety Council doing to raise awareness and combat this problem?
So the good news is that really it's about education. And for consumers, it's when you go to your doctor, if you have an acute injury, a sports injury, some back pain, be your own advocate. Be aware and informed. Talk to them about what they're giving you. If you don't understand what opioids are, understand what their side effects and the risks are. They're very addictive, particularly if you have markers or you're predisposed for addiction, alcoholism in your family, or even being a smoker. It's really important to talk to your doctor about alternatives as well to these opioids to manage your pain.
All right. So where can we get more information?
If you want more information, visit our website, nsc.org. We've got research, white papers, and we've also got community action kits and also drug toolkits for employers to keep your employees safe as well.
All right. Thank you so much. Deborah Hersman is President and Chief Executive Officer of the National Safety Council. We appreciate all the information. Take care.